So I have a new segment called Weekend News. Some funny
Hmm.
news from over the weekend. Do you want to do that with me?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Okay, 1 second. Weekend News.
Weekend news.
Yes. So with everything going on, you live in Florida, and it's kind of crazy down there right now. Mask
Yes.
wearing. Is that? Have you seen that being an issue with some people?
Yeah, like everywhere you go. They're starting to get a little bit better, but it was pretty like wild down there for a bit.
Well, in the news this weekend, a woman went into a Verizon store and she wasn't wearing a mask, and they asked politely a few times for her to wear the mask, and she refused. So she started throwing a hissy fit, and then when they tried to ask her to leave, she dropped her pants and proceeded to pee on the floor to let them know that she did not agree with it. So,
That's like super unhygienic.
really, and with everything going on, like she couldn't have at least used a trash can or something.
I know.
Um, Beyond that, though, not only was she arrested for peeing on the floor, when the cops came and arrested her, they found that the bags that she was carrying had stolen goods from Dick. So not only did she pee on the floor and refuse to wear her mask, she stole a bunch of stuff, like $300 worth of stuff from a Dick's Sporting Goods.
See, at this point, there's like a pattern of behavior that none of that
Hmm.
should have been surprising.
Do you play the lottery at all?
No, not typically. No.
Uh,
Every now and then I'll be like, seduced by a scratch off, but no.
because of COVID going on, for the first time in history, a lottery winner was presented a check, one of those big checks, by a robot. Do you think we're going to get to the point where robots take over and play music?
Mm. Well, maybe a little bit of that, but I don't think it will be strictly that, right?
I hope not, because I feel like that defeats the whole purpose of music, right?
Yeah, it's like you miss out on the whole experience.
I know.
No, I don't think we're getting to that point. Do you
Good.
think we're getting to that point?
I've already seen it. Have you ever been to like Chuck E. Cheese and stuff? They had the bears playing the music and stuff.
I found that is what I was thinking.
Well,
That
I
doesn't
guess
count.
more, yeah. I think I was trying to be more specific in like where they actually play the instruments. Like you can
Hmm.
program it to actually play it. Okay, so that one's good. Man chops watermelon over head of another man, sets the Guinness World
Oh
Record. We got to watch this.
no! Why even mess with that?
Is that freaky? Is it going to scare you?
Alright, yes. Okay. On
It's
your
so
mark.
scary. What if he
Get
misses?
set. Go.
Oh, he's slicing it sideways. I thought that was going to be like I thought he was like going down, and that was like
I thought it was going to
this.
be far more exciting, and I got a
Yeah, me
couple
too.
problems. I got a couple problems with this, and I'm going to tell you what they are.
Yeah,
One, I feel like you could have sliced two watermelons off someone's head, and that would have beat the world record because who's doing that?
yeah, double
What's
the
your
watermelon,
competition?
right?
There's no competition. This is not something people are doing.
No,
Second of all, you can't say that this man was doing it. He clearly has like a whole team of people,
right?
you know,
Yeah, it's got to be
making it
solo.
happen.
He's got to put the watermelon up and cut it.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
I'm not.
bullshit.
I'm not into it.
That's a bad one. That's
Attempted by serial record breaker. Yeah. See, that one's not doing it for me.
yeah. There's people
Because he
that
could have just chopped
literally
like two or three watermelons, and that would have been the most.
there are people that literally will like chase Guinness World Records. Like that's their job is to like try and
Really?
break as many. Yeah, they get paid and they put that stuff on YouTube, and
This
it's
is
like
like clickbait.
it's a whole thing. So
Uh,
police got a call about a loose panther, and they show up, and turns out to be
where?
I'm not sure. Let's see. Apex predator doesn't really say. Odd news.
Wait.
Let's see if it says where. Oh, it's in Britain. So a British
Oh.
police department got calls of a wild panther, a loose panther, that you can see here. And the police went to investigate, and when they showed up, it turned out to be a stuffed animal. It wasn't even real.
I don't blame him for being scared because
It
like
looks real, right?
it looks real.
Oh, I'd call it in. Funny story
Hmm.
about fake animals. When I was little, I had one of these big rubber snakes I got from the zoo. So I thought it would be funny. I was only like 8 or 9, but I was smart enough to know if I put it at the bottom of the stairs into the basement, it would freak my sister out. So I remember my sister, and I forgot about it because it'd been down there for like a day or two. I totally forgot about all of it. So I just remember I think I was in the other room playing with my Legos or Connects or something, and I hear this awful scream. And my dad gets up and he starts running over, and we run over and we look down there, and I realized she found the snake. And I forgot. So I forgot that it was even fake. So I'm freaking out too. We're all freaking out. And then my dad goes down there with this big butcher knife, and you should have seen the look on his face. He was like timid. He was trying to act like he was tough, but he was still like, oh shit, I got to go get the snake. You know, it's my parental duty to make sure they're safe. So my dad walks down the stairs and cuts its head off. And then I realized what it was. I'm like, Dad, you cut my snake's head off. Like, you got to buy me another one. But it was my fault.
When I was little, we had, like, in Florida, we have coral snakes.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, red, black, and yellow or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And when we moved into my house, like, nobody lived in my house for so long. So there was like, things were like overgrown and whatever. And my dad found, I was in like I guess I was probably in like second or third grade, and we found a coral snake in the backyard, and it was like big action for the day at my house.
Yeah.
And my dad like went, and they can't open their mouths very big, so it's like it's probably pretty fucked up, but my dad like took hedge clippers and like cut its head off, because they're very poisonous.
Yes.
And but we had them, and then we found another one, and we had them in like gallon Ziplocs in the freezer. And then, like, without telling anyone in my family, I had decided like that I was going to bring that in for show and tell. And I like brought this like slowly thawing out like bag of coral snakes to school. And they were like, where did you get these? Like, they were just in our freezer. My mom was like, you can't be taking that to school. It was like stinking up my backpack and stuff.
Oh my goodness. That's so funny.
Speaking of cutting coral snakes or cutting snakes' head off.
So why were they in your freezer? Again?
Because like my dad had killed them, and I just wanted to like hang on to them, I guess.
Oh, okay, like a pet, maybe.
like a frozen dead pet, yes.
Yeah, I get it. I have plenty of them.
Mm-hmm.
Is this, now that we're talking about dead pets? I've always wanted to do this, and every single person I've said this to has told me, no way. It's kind of weird.
But I
don't see why it's that weird. So you know, people go hunting and they kill the deer and then they hang it up on their wall, and it's like a big trophy. So obviously I wouldn't hang on the wall, but I love my dog Coda so much. He was like my first dog, and he's been like, I've had him for 6 years now, and he's like my adult dog that I actually got myself. It wasn't like a family dog. And he has one of the most unique coats to wear. Someone offered me like 30 or 40 grand for him, or like just a semen or something. He wanted to like breed him. And I was like, well, yeah, I know people are fucked up, but the coats don't come like that. It's genetic. It's like a 1 in a million thing. Like even online, I've only seen maybe like 3 dogs with this coat, and I've never seen one in person, but it's like a blue brindle, which is really hard. It's like having green eyes or something like that. But he wanted to, so I was thinking, I'm like, well, when he passes, I'm going to miss him, but I love him. He has such a cute, like he's older and he still has like such a cute face. What if I got him stuffed and then had him like sitting next to my couch with me? I thought that would be kind of cool and like a memento, but everyone says it's super weird. I don't know. What do you think?
It is weird. It's a little terrifying, but I think I can get behind it.
Yeah.
I have this idea like that, people who like collect taxidermy like that, like there are people who have like stuffed animals like that all over their head. My dad, all over their house. Like my dad has like elk heads like all over his house. It's like a real point of contention with my vegan sister.
Oh, I bet.
But like then like those people die, and like what happens to all those stuffed animals? So I have this idea for a taxidermy rescue program where like you rescue, like just like a dog rescue, where you would rescue all of these, like a stuffed bear or like a stuffed tiger or whatever it is, and you would have them, and like maybe you'd put party hats on them or something cool, and you'd name them all, and they would like, these animals have already died, and then now their like bodies have been like,
repurposed,
put in this form. What if we were like, we're going to respect them and give them a home in their afterlife, and then you just have a house full of dead animals?
You wouldn't sell them? You would just keep them?
No, you wouldn't sell them. You just keep them.
How do you make money? I thought it was a business or something.
There's no money.
Oh, okay.
None of my ideas make me any money, really.
Me.
It's my best quality.
Me too. That's what I like to think is my best quality. Some people might not say. Okay, last news story of the day.
Okay.
So along with all this COVID stuff and the racism, a lot of people want to bring down these statues of all these Confederate, which I'm fully in agreement with. But the latest one, there's a petition out there to replace the Robert E. Lee statue with Odorous Urungus from Gore. Have you ever seen Gore?
I haven't. I know the band, but I haven't seen them live.
Oh, they're great. And they're really nice dudes, too. They're, like, super nice. Like, way too nice. Like, creepily nice. Maybe they think, like, I dress up like this, so I have to look like that. But what do you think about that? This is him right there. That'd be kind of cool.
That's awesome. I think anything would be better than Robert E. Lee, right?
Yes.
And that seems like a particularly good candidate, so I can get behind that, yes.
Cool. Well, that is this weekend's news. So
nice.
Oh, it didn't. I thought it was gonna like flutter everywhere. Yes.
I'm fluttered.
Yes.